Hello, everybody. I really hope that you guys can hear me. So, if you guys are watching live right now, if you are in the chat, give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear us. I hope you do. I did a little quick tech check on my phone, and I could hear music, which is usually a good sign. But if you don't mind letting us know just before we talk for an entire hour and nobody can hear anything we say, that'd be super helpful. But hello, everybody. I'm Kevin. Welcome back to our Facebook page. Welcome back to the Superhero Project's Facebook page. We are here for our second installment of the Extraordinary Artist Spotlight, which is very special. And we have our. Oh, look, I can see the subtitles are being translated. Surely you guys can hear me because the internet, Facebook says you can hear me, and it's giving you transcribed subtitles. So I'm gonna assume you guys can hear us okay. But yes, welcome back. If you have no idea who we are, that's awesome that you just stumbled across our Facebook page. What are the odds? But we're happy to have you. Make sure you like our Facebook page. We are the Superhero Project. We are a nonprofit organization that works with youth and teens living with physical and mental disabilities, and we partner them with artists who illustrate them as superheroes. And we have one of those artists that helps us bring these posters to life with us today, who just so happens to be on your screen right now. Hello, Josseline Tanus is here with us.
Hi.
Look, amazing. We have your art on the screen too, actually, right now. For people that are tuning in, we are looking at one of your posters that you illustrated for us called Wonder Olivia, just so you know. That is your backdrop. Would you like to let us know a little bit about who you are, maybe where in the world you're from, and anything you want to share with us about yourself?
Well, hi. Thanks everybody for joining. Super excited to be here with the Superhero Project. My name is Jocelyn. I am in Northern California in the Bay Area. I've lived everywhere. I'm an illustrator, and I'm also a costume designer, so I do a little bit of both. I've been an illustrator for a while now. Way too many years. If I say how many, you'll know how old I am.
Way too
Uh,
many.
Way too many. I have been doing posters for a superhero project for a while. I think I did 25 or 26 at some point.
Yeah, yeah. You've got
So
a very impressive arsenal of posters that you've illustrated.
it's for me, the superhero project is like super special. And once I started, I just wanted to be part of it and seeing all the kids and
Yeah,
how special it is. I had to do more.
amazing.
Another thing about me, I have a little baby. He is a year and a half, and he's wonderful. He's just so much fun. Um,
Precious.
so that's like the newest thing in my
I mean, that's kind
life.
of big. That's kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal.
Yeah. I have two cats, which I adore, so you might see them walking around at some point because they're kind of crazy and have no boundaries.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah,
And
that's
also, you have continued our tradition, you're only the second person, but you've continued our tradition where you have a really interesting backdrop behind you. You've got some
oh
framed pieces of art, and I was asking you when we did like a tech rehearsal. Some
yeah.
of that is your art, right? And some of it is art from other folks.
Yes, correct. I love art. So I have like, this one is really old. I did it like probably like 10 years ago.
Yep,
And I have a lot of them.
it's great. I love it. You have an amazing
I'm not,
backdrop.
thanks.
It's
I love art. Clearly, it's my favorite topic.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for joining and participating in this. Obviously, we really appreciate it. And if you guys are watching live, feel free to drop where you're watching from. If you want to let us know where in the world you are, we'd love to see it. We love to hear it. And if you have any questions for me or our special guest or just any questions in general, feel free to drop it in the chat. I am looking. I am reading. I will keep my eyes peeled. If not, we will just continue on. So, obviously, you love art, right?
Yeah.
As you've mentioned, you love it. You love creating it. Can I ask you a really deep question? Can we start like really deep? Can we get to like the
Yeah, let's do
core?
it.
Um, what does it mean to you? Like, I just want to hear your thoughts. What does it mean to be an artist? What does it mean to like create art? And like, how does it make you feel?
Um, it's it's my lifestyle, right? I've been drawing since I can remember. I think I decided I wanted to be an artist when I was like 4 years old.
Hmm.
That's all I wanted to do was draw. I mean, my poor mom, I think I drew on her walls like a billion times. Black crayon was my favorite, of course, on white walls because contrast. Um, so I've always been I always been very creative, and I come from a creative household. Both of my parents like drawing, and like my dad likes building things and talking about art and things like that. And my mom is like, she likes coloring and baking, and she makes everything. Like
Hmm.
she's a very crafty person. My siblings are also creative, so I grew up with like that.
You were surrounded
Just
by like
I
creativity.
was yeah like my sister, she's a painter. My brother's a designer. My other sister, she's also a designer. You know, like it's been always around me. And just like also like certain passions since I was little. I used to love watching like Disney movies and animated movies. I was like, all those drawings were amazing, and I used to love seeing at the end of the movies when you bought them in the VHS, they would
Hmm.
show how they made the movie and they would show the
Yeah.
drawings and like the visual development. I was like, yes, that's amazing. So that's when like the idea of like animation illustration started popping in my head. So I was pretty young, and that I just kept wanting to just draw, and it became part of my life. And even going to school, like it was math class, and I was drawing in the back of my notebooks, and it's something I just couldn't stop doing. Like it became part of me. And then when I had the opportunity to do it professionally and go to school, to art school, I really embraced it, and I wanted to be the best art student. And I poured all my heart and soul into it. And to this day, like drawing, talking about art, studying about art, like anything that has to do with it, like it's very special to me. And it's also a big part of being an artist to me is sharing. So I like teaching. I like talking to newer generations about art and what they can do with their skills. How can they could transcend through their artistic skills and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
for me, it's everywhere. Like it's my job, it's my passion, it's my hobby. Like everything that I do is creative. Like even like I love reading. Like
Hmm.
I collect children's books, like because they're beautiful, and I like to see the artwork. Like I like reading about other artists, about their lives, what they did, how they did it. Like it's yeah, it's like everything I do.
That's great.
So so yeah, it's not just my career. It's like a
Yeah.
lifestyle. It's something I just can't
Yep.
stop doing. Yeah.
Are you like in your with your siblings? Are you oldest, youngest, middle child? Where do you
Oh,
land?
I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm the baby.
Okay. I was wondering if there was like any type of like pressure, from your older siblings if they're all being creative. Everyone's being creative, right? Like, oh, I should also be creative because everyone else is creative. Um,
No, I think it was more like this is so cool because it can teach me
sure. Yeah.
different things, and I can have conversations about this, and I have collaborated with them at some point, like in projects and stuff like that. So
That's fun.
it has been, it's been like pretty organic, I guess.
Yep.
Like, so my siblings are a lot older than me, so like they were going to school, they were already having their careers and stuff like when I was a kid. So when they would teach me something, it meant a lot. Like it was from somebody that knew what they were doing, and I was
Yeah.
just this little kid in awe.
It was
Like I
like
just
putting
remember
a
seeing
mentor
like,
almost, right? Like a
yeah.
kind of.
Like I remember like my brother helping me with like projects, and he's super creative, and he's really
Hmm.
good at like making things look like what they're
Hmm.
supposed to be. Like
Yeah.
like he's very well done.
Yeah.
So like I remember doing projects with him. I was like, this is so cool. Like I didn't know this material. I didn't know you could do this and stuff like that. And like with my sisters the same way. Like we're very artistic. We like drawing, we like painting. We're obsessed with like things like color
Hmm.
and just like beautiful things. And the conversations that we have tend to revolve around that. And like with one of my sisters have collaborated, but like she's a designer, a creative director. She's helped me with projects because
Hmm.
she's really good at everything that's text and
Hmm.
things like that. So
That's so
so it's
cool.
always it's been very organic between us, and I always learn something new, and
Yeah.
hopefully they learn something from me, and not just the annoying little sister.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really cool, like, arrangement. You got this creative family. It's just really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
So you mentioned obviously watching cartoons and animation as a
Yes.
child, and like picture books. Do you
Yes.
have? Could you tell us like what maybe one of your favorite books from when you were a child is, and then maybe one of your favorite cartoons or favorite animated films from when you were a child?
Oh my goodness. I was obsessed with Beauty and the Beast
Mm-hmm.
because she had brown hair and brown eyes. So, and she liked books.
Sure.
And I don't know, she felt a little different. She wasn't like the girl in distress. Like she was the one saving the beast. So I used to
Right.
like that
Yeah.
she was so strong and she was going out in the world. And
Mm-hmm.
for that time, it felt different. So that was my favorite animated movie. But I used to love Well, I still love Mary Poppins,
Yeah.
especially the sequence where it's animated and they're like. They have little horses and they're jumping and then the penguins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just used to love that like contrast between like, like
Seeing
the real people
yeah,
and the
seeing the
yeah.
humans interact with the cartoon characters in real like in real life,
Yeah,
air quotes in real life, seeing
in
them,
real
you
life,
know,
yeah.
yeah, it's fun.
Um, and when it came to like cartoons, I used to watch a lot of them. Hanna-Barbera fan
Yeah,
here. Like I watched Flintstones and
hmm,
Jetsons. Like that was like I had to.
yeah,
They were my thing. Tom and Jerry were some of my favorite, and then like Rugrats and stuff else.
oh
So
nice,
it's like a little
yep,
like I remember all of those. So
yep.
now you know how old I am.
That doesn't mean anything. We can all like, it doesn't matter when it came out.
So yeah, those were like the ones that I used to really enjoy
Yeah,
watching. Definitely like Disney movies
yeah,
because they're just beautiful, like Peter Pan and like
yeah,
Cinderella. Um, I used to, well, I still like the 101 Dalmatians. I
hmm,
really like the drawing quality of it because you can
hmm,
see the actual drawings from the animators and
yeah,
like the artist because he was Xerox. I used to love that being able to see that.
yeah. It feels real, right? It feels like
Yeah,
it's real.
it felt so artistic and so different. Like you were actually looking at artwork and not just like something that had been sanitized
Hmm.
for the movies. And then when it comes to books, my sister and I have a sister that she's only a year older than me. We had like this little golden book
Yeah.
set. And she might fight if she's listening, she might fight me and be like, it was mine. It was ours, by
It
the
was
way.
not. It was not a joint collection. It was my collection. Yeah.
Yeah, it was for both of us. She put her name on it because she used to put her name on
Yeah.
everything, but I actually have it. I have it in my bookcase. There was like 10 books and they were all
Yeah.
little golden books and they were like
Hmm.
Disney. It was like Disney edition. And I used to love just looking through them and looking at the artist drawings and stuff. And they're just so pretty.
Yeah.
Um, I think those are the ones that like always come
Hmm.
to my mind, like reading and stuff. Um, I now collect little golden books. I probably have over 100 of them. I
Oh
have
wow.
like
Okay, that's
you name
great.
it, I have them.
Yeah.
I mean they've been out for over 100 years, so I'm still missing a few.
Yeah. That's really cool though. And then now you have a child. You can continue to pass the baton and be like, let me read you these books
Yeah.
at some point, and like, what's this name on these books? It'll just keep the tradition going.
I definitely I read a lot to him. He loves reading. Like that's our thing. We go to the bookstore and
Nice.
he
Yeah.
picks like his little books and
Yep.
stuff. It's really cute. Like he's definitely like getting that and like you can see the themes that he's interested in as like the months go by. Like a few months ago everything was like
Yeah.
cats and puppies and right now he's obsessed with babies. So he wants books that have babies on them. So it's really cute. Uh
That's awesome. Um,
Now I know them by heart. I never thought I would know so many baby books by heart.
yeah, that does. Yeah, when you start to read certain books a million times. I've got two kids, and they're out of their dad reads to them phase. But I remember being
Oh,
like, wow, I have memorized, The Cat in the Hat now, and I've memorized Go Dogs Go, and the guy with all the hats, the guy that had many hats on his head. Like, there's just a
yeah.
few that I'm like, I don't even need to look at the pages anymore.
Oh
But
yeah, like he can be running and around and I'm just like, yeah, and I just keep like
yeah, you're just
telling him the
yeah,
book.
casually flipping the page and reading.
Yeah.
So as you've been talking, as I mentioned in the beginning, I've had your artwork on the screen. So we've got Wonder Olivia. Um, is there anything before we move on to a couple more questions? is there anything about that poster in particular that you'd like to talk about? Anything maybe maybe you have a secret Easter egg in it that no one's ever known, or just
Um,
anything about it that you'd like to share?
so for that one was pretty special. It was, it's a bit of a long story, but
Yeah, go ahead. No, we've
she
the floor is yours, please.
she had something called Marfan syndrome. And I was diagnosed with that when I was like 29.
Hmm.
So when I received the poster, I was pretty much I have just been told that I had Marfan syndrome.
Hmm.
It had been like 2 years or something like that. So when I got it felt very special, and like I talked to her parents, and it was a very nice conversation. Crazy enough, 2 years ago, I was told that I was misdiagnosed and that I don't have it. Um,
Wow.
it's like it's crazy story.
Yeah.
Like doctors change their mind,
Sure.
and apparently I don't have it. I have something different. But at that moment where I was like struggling with this like new
Hmm.
thing that I had to deal with, because it's kind of not cool. You
Hmm.
know,
Sure.
it's not something you wish on a little kid ever. So it was almost like it was like if this little kid can be so happy and she
Hmm.
can see herself that way, why can't I see myself that way? So it was a big um lesson
Yeah.
for me. And I still remember that poster, and I was like, wow, that was like really special. And I remember talking to Lisa about it, and she was
Hmm.
like, this is amazing, like how the connection and like how it's so random that it
Yeah.
had to be you,
Yep.
and everything. And now I look back at it, and I'm like, that was a big moment, you know. It was pretty special, especially talking to her parents
Yeah.
um and all the things that come with the condition, right? And yeah, like I was misdiagnosed, but like
Hmm.
it also brought a lot of things, like making a lot of decisions that have changed
Hmm.
my life, and I'm happy now, you know, like I
Yeah.
definitely learned a lot from this little beautiful girl, you know.
Yeah. I
So
mean
it's
that is so like it's so special. Like
yeah.
to have kind of you're processing in your own life something, and
Yeah.
then you're also handed this assignment. Which is basically what the artist it's what we call them, the assignment. You're handed this assignment, and it's almost so personal, right? And it's like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, this it's like it
Yeah.
almost not to tell your own story, right? But it's like it kind of, I would assume, helps you process what you're thinking and digesting and planning while you're making this art for someone else who has this same thing. Even though, as you mentioned, there was a misdiagnosis, but like in your mind, you're processing it kind of through making this art.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was a beautiful moment, you know. And I remember talking to my husband about it, and I was like, "God, this is just crazy. Like she's so little, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like I'm having all these like emotions, and she, you know, she's little." So it made her, I don't know, it made me feel like she was so precious. And when I made her poster, I was like,
hmm,
this is gonna be the most special thing I've ever drawn in my life. So I put my heart and soul into it.
yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. I love
Oh,
the little bits of like the city, like the buildings and stuff on the bottom, and like your color scheme with like the blues and like the really light yellows for the windows and stuff. I think it's really nice. It's really great. You did a
thank you.
fantastic job. You may know a thing or two about what you're doing.
Thanks, I tried.
So I'm gonna switch the background, but I'm gonna move to some other questions. So
Okay.
just so you know, so I've switched it. So right now you guys are looking at Sebastian the Helpful. So that is what's up on the screen right now, which is really fantastic. I love this owl. But before we get too far into that, I have another question for you. I'd
Uh,
like to know, what is your favorite thing to draw?
there's a few things I really enjoy drawing.
Yeah.
Um, I like witchy things, so like
Oh, okay.
witches and cauldrons and like that magical like world. I love drawing
Yeah.
that. Another thing that I like drawing is like vintage things, like
Okay.
historical things, for like historical dresses and houses and like
Oh, okay.
knickknacks and stuff like that. Wallpaper, and things that have to do with food. I love like drawing cakes, like decorated
Yes.
cakes, and like just like pretty food, and things that have to do with food. So a lot of my work is witches cooking
Yeah.
in old houses.
Yeah. Does it when you draw food, does it make you hungry?
Sometimes, well, the thing is, like, I'm always eating, like, I always have, like, cookies and chocolate in my house. So
Okay.
it's like, oh, I'm drawing, and I usually have at least a cookie and, like, a cup of tea next to me. So
Sure.
it's like, it's part of the
It's
process.
just part. Yeah, I like that. It's just part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, cookies, you need a cookie. It's just the most artistic thing you can do. It's, have some tea with cookies.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have a favorite cookie?
I love chocolate chip
Yeah,
cookies.
it's hard to beat
I
chocolate
just
chip,
love
I think.
they're like a classic. I really like biscottis. I like anything that has like almonds or like
Nice. Yeah.
pistachios, like stuff like that. I like shortbread cookies, which a lot of people don't, but I love them. Like, they're so buttery.
Yeah. So does that mean
Um,
you like a cookie with a little bit more of a crunch or like soft cookie? Which is where's your
oh, I like both. Like, I'm not gonna say no to
You're
any
like, I'll
of
take the
them.
cookie. It doesn't matter.
Like, it's a cookie, I'll take it. I'm picky with food, but when it comes to cookies, it's
Yeah.
my siblings used to call me Cookie Monster when I was little, and there's a reason behind that.
That's awesome.
I really do love cookies, and I bake them and I
Yeah.
make them like exactly how I like them. So yeah, it's cookies are the best.
That's awesome. And so like you said like witchy things and stuff. So like we talking like hocus pocus vibes? Like
Yeah,
or okay, yeah. That's fun.
definitely like Hocus Pocus. I like yeah, anything like that, like
Yeah.
cauldrons and like herbs
Yeah,
and funky clothes.
like different vials of potions and things and stuff. Okay,
Yeah,
yep. I get you.
I love those
I get you.
like crystals,
Yeah.
cats, all those things.
That's fun.
Anything like magical, but like, kind of I don't like horror things. I
Sure.
like kind of like spooky things.
Yeah.
So if it's a little spooky, it's fine, but not creepy. It has to
No,
be
yeah,
just like
you kind of go. I would say you go for like the whimsy as opposed to like
yeah.
the edgy creep factor, too scary, too hardcore. You kind of keep it in the
Yeah.
whimsical area.
So it has to be like it's a little dark, but it has to be fun,
Yeah,
It's
it does.
we're friendly here.
It does have to be fun. So,
Yeah.
the opposite. So something you've told us these things you really like to, you enjoy to draw, and presumably you do it often, so you're really good at it. What are some things that you like really struggle with drawing? And I started this off last time we did this, and I said I'll be vulnerable and say what I struggle drawing. I
Okay.
I have a really hard time with like vehicles. I can't draw vehicles really well. I'm like not a good technical artist. And
Yeah.
then also horses. I'm terrible at drawing horses, and people love to make me draw horses all the time because I publicly say I'm bad at it. So, would you like to be vulnerable and share with us some things that you're a little hesitant to dive into
Um,
drawing?
yeah. Okay, first of all, I'll teach you a technique how to draw horses that I learned a while
Oh, you're gonna
ago
make
because I
you're
was
gonna make me
drawing
an
with horses.
expert horse artist, and then
So
I
I'm gonna
can.
it's and it makes everything so easy.
Okay,
You'll be
yeah,
like,
please.
it's super. I'll teach you later. But things that I struggle with, very technical things. So
Yeah,
anything that's like lots of lines,
yeah,
measuring, things like that. Like
hmm
I'm not great at measuring and like doing scale
yeah,
and stuff. Like my brain just can't do math. I'm not a math person.
yeah. Like you're
Uh,
like more architectural, right? Like it's like
yeah,
really, yeah, yep.
like I work along with my husband in theater, and
Hmm.
he's the type of person that he's like measure twice, cut once. I'm
Yeah.
like eyeball it and see what happens.
You're just like with the saw. You're like, we'll see
Yeah,
how it goes.
so very different.
Yeah,
I have a really good eye for measures, but
yeah,
it still is not, it's not ideal. Um, but yeah, technical things like that, not my favorite.
yeah.
And I don't like it. I think it's more like I don't like doing it. I'm not good at it because I don't do it often because I really
Sure.
don't enjoy it. But like doing like creatures, like
Okay. Yeah.
zombies and like
Yeah.
monsters, like anything like that, I just don't do it.
Sure.
So I think I've done it a couple of times. So I'm like, "Ooh, this is
Yeah.
not my best
This is
work."
this is not my jam.
So yeah, so definitely it's one of those things I'm like, maybe if I practice, but I really don't want to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's like the two things I'm like
Yeah.
it's not my thing. I even had people be like, "Oh, can you illustrate this book about monsters?" I'm like, I don't really want to.
Well,
Like, it's just like I know somebody that can do it really nicely for you, so I'll
yeah.
just give you their names. It's definitely not. It's not my thing. Yeah, like very technical,
Mm-hmm.
like architectural drawings or like vehicles, like weapons. All those things are very like you have to make a lot of straight lines and there's
Yeah.
not like that many like organic things like I like
No.
patterns and flowers and things like that. So I don't get to do that when you're doing
Mm-hmm.
that type of art. So yeah, definitely
That makes
those
sense.
two aren't my favorite.
That totally makes sense. Um, so you'd mentioned earlier, talking about favorite film, Beauty and the Beast, and the little golden books. I was curious if you have any particular names of artists that come to mind that you've seen as role models in any type of industry field, personal, professional, but people that the artists you follow on Instagram that you like to look at their art. Does anything come to mind? Any names come to mind of people that you look up to?
Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of artists that have influenced me like early since I was like
Mm-hmm.
little and like now that I'm older. Um, I mean, there's like I've always liked like art history and things like
Yeah.
that, so I've always been obsessed with like impressionist artists, like their use of color has
Mm-hmm.
always been fascinating to me, and like that ability to just capture something like so loosely.
Mm-hmm.
So like Monet and stuff like that have always
Sure.
been like names that I've liked. Um, I there's this illustrator which I always thought she was really cool, by the way. Her name was Sheila Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
She illustrated a bunch of like little golden books
Mm-hmm.
actually, and
Yep.
she illustrated like a million things. She was pretty famous. But she died, I think she was like 103 or
Wow.
something like
Okay.
that, and she taught herself how to use Photoshop like in
Wow.
her like I think it was like her 80s or something like
Yeah.
that. I was like, this is like this lady's amazing.
Inspirational.
Um, yeah, like her work is just so beautiful. Like the craftsmanship, her
Mm-hmm.
understanding of like color, how she could simplify things but also do all this detail. It's
Mm-hmm.
quite beautiful. So I love her work. Um, there's like Mary Blair. She's pretty
Mm-hmm.
famous too. I like her style, like mid-century things, and
Nice.
she did like visual novel for Cinderella and like Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that, which they're very whimsical, and I think I like that. She also designed Small World at Disneyland.
Wow.
Um, so she has like all these things that she did that I find fascinating.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, some are right here.
Yeah.
Like this is Griselda. She works for Disney. I love her
Mm-hmm.
artwork. This is Brittany Lee, Benson Shum right there, Pascal Campion, like all of them.
Yeah.
I love their artwork, so that's why it's on my walls. It's just very inspirational. Most of them are like in animation, but he does like children's books too, and they're like the cutest things ever.
That's awesome.
Um, so yeah, there's so many that I could write a whole list. Like I love seeing how people come up with solutions to like telling a story, right? Because at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, illustration is about narrative and how they can bring like all these characters to life and all those things is kind of fascinating to me. And just seeing it from, somebody like Sheila Beckett that did it like for so long and like artists now that are like following those steps is it's pretty cool, it's pretty interesting. So yeah,
That's
there's
awesome.
those are the ones that come to mind
Yeah.
right now. Pascal Campion, like he's also one of my favorite. He is amazing with lighting and like just
Yes.
capturing like everyday moments. It's it's like every time I see him, like wow, like this is wow.
Yeah.
He's super nice guy, by the way, too.
That's
Um,
incredible. That's awesome.
so yeah.
And shout out real quick in the chat. Hello to Susie watching and Bradley watching. Hello, thank you guys for tuning in live. I do see your comments. So thank you so much. And Bradley said, such a fun project to work on. So great for the kids. Had a blast working, having the opportunity to do one. So thank you for volunteering to illustrate one of the posters for us. Just love that these folks and artists from all over the world are doing this wonderful work. Thank you very much. Really, really kind of you to say
Oh,
so. Thank
thank
you.
you.
And Susie said, Riverside. She's the most amazing person and artist. So yes, thank you guys for tuning in. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We are looking. So before I move on to some more questions, I want to dive into Sebastian the Helpful. So we've got that open
Okay.
now. Is there anything you'd like to share about this poster and your work on this one?
I actually chose that one because it was really hard.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Tell
Um,
tell me more. Tell me
so
more.
we're talking about like technical stuff.
Yeah.
He had a wheelchair and he wanted like wings and all this like kind of like mechanical things, but in a very like warrior
Like
kind
armor,
of way.
like
And
armor
it
too.
was
Like
yeah, and it
like the
was
armor.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like the armor, but he also has the
Hmm.
laser. But like he wanted like I had to figure out how to make the logistics of it. So I think I drew like a billion wheelchairs before I got it just right for him. So it
Hmm.
would look like but like the one that he had,
Hmm.
but also it had that extra, it had the wings and it made sense, like it couldn't just be like random. It had to make sense. Like if this thing was real, he would be able to sit there and fly and do all the things
Yeah.
in his description. So that one was like something that was really that was hard. So I
Yeah.
remember like I have to make it
Yep.
it has to work, And in my head it just like if this was real and he ever was able to find somebody to build it, like they needed to be able to copy it. So
Yeah.
it had to be legit.
Yeah. They have to reference your schematics, so
Yeah.
it has to be
And
right.
how the sparks, like the sparkles come out, like
Yeah.
everything had to be like, he can't burn his feet, it has to be
Yeah.
the right distance, like all those things. So it was very well thought.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I thought like when he has his little sword,
Yeah.
if the wings are too high, he's gonna cut his wing and then he's gonna fall. So I was thinking about all those things.
That's
Uh,
phenomenal. That you're looking through the brief because for those of you guys that don't know, when the artists reach out and they volunteer to do these posters, we kind of put together this brief for them, right? So we interview the children or the teenagers, and we kind of put together their wish list of things they want to see, and so you're looking through this brief and you're just trying to figure out all these details and like how do I do this and facilitate that and sometimes it's really tough. It's really tough to get like all the things just right. But I mean, you
yeah.
did. Hey, you did it here. You did a great job. Looks phenomenal.
Thanks.
I love the owl. The owl's expression is phenomenal.
Well, I wanted the owl to be like, sidekick, but also
Yeah.
cute because he
Yep.
was such a cute kid. But
Hmm.
definitely, like, I remember thinking, like you were saying, sometimes the stuff that they asked for, like, I think I can't remember, but like most of them want a belt,
Yeah.
and that belt has to have 3 billion things on them, and you have to figure out how to make them all visible,
Yeah.
but also that look like they could function, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I'm obsessed with color and like color theory and stuff, but
Hmm.
sometimes I'll ask for like the worst colors to go together. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna find the perfect green and the
Yeah.
perfect like I'm gonna find the perfect colors and I'm gonna make it work and it's gonna look amazing. The other thing is like I don't think I've ever drawn so many rainbows in my life. Like I love that
Yeah.
kids' favorite color is rainbow.
Yeah.
So like rainbow everything
Yeah.
forever and ever.
Rainbow cape, rainbow boots. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Rainbow glasses, rainbow
fantastic.
socks.
I love it.
Like it's like what color you want your hair? Rainbow. It's like what color your eyes? They're rainbow. Like
Yeah.
yes, let's do it.
In the chat, we have a new person tuning in. We have Kelsey tuning in saying, she painted my son Graylin on a horse. It's amazing. Look, see, just putting my inability to draw horses to shame here. Credit where it is due. I can't draw a horse. It's not gonna happen.
I remember Graylin. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you
He
for
he
tuning
likes
in.
he liked all the superheroes, like Marvel superheroes and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I remember that.
the classic hero. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
yeah,
he was a classic hero too, so
and Bradley said also earlier, Pascal Campion is one of my faves too, and beautiful art by the
good
way.
taste.
Definitely for you, beautiful art by the way. Really love your flying dog painting as well.
Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna switch before we move on to some other questions. I'm gonna switch the back again. So people are looking at Super Janae right now. So that is the one that is up on our screen. This one's a good one. We've got a lot of purples in this one. That is fun. We've got this little. Uh, what is this little wand she's holding? Is it like a diamond? A diamond on it? Do you remember?
Uh,
It's like a little
yeah, she
scepter.
wanted. I think I chose that one because her description wasn't. It was like very specific, but also very simple. So it
Yeah.
was one of
Yeah.
those that I had to get a little creative
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like kind of really try to translate what she wanted, like
Mm-hmm.
how she saw herself. And I really like how cute it turned out. Like I think it's one of those it was one of the first ones that I did. I think it was probably like the fourth one that I did. So it was like pretty
Mm-hmm.
early in the process of
Yeah.
of learning how to make them. Because like I think after a while I got like oh I can just do this and like oh rainbow yes like I have my color palettes and stuff like that. But for her like it was one of those I'm like okay she likes flowers. She talks about having boots, but she also had this very specific idea about her skirt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to make it all like very cute and like I don't know, like
Yeah.
sweet because like her description was very sweet as well.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I think it was like her mom. She described her like a very like sweet girl. So I was like, I really want to bring those things and kind of highlight that like cuteness that she had in a very like simple way.
Yeah.
Um, so it was one of those that I just really enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
doing. It wasn't about being hard or anything. It
Mm-hmm.
was just it was a very nice process doing this one. It felt like very yeah, just like nice,
Yeah.
like sweet.
I mean,
Yeah.
you did phenomenal. So in that
Thanks.
vein, I mean, and you mentioned this is one of your earlier ones, right? And you've done
Yeah.
you've done a very healthy amount of these. We're very
Yeah.
appreciative to all your time and support of what we're doing. Would you tell us how you got started with doing posters with the superhero project? Like, how did you first hear about the superhero project, or where, if you remember,
Uh,
and how did like what motivated you to do your first poster, sign up to do one?
I can't remember if it was another like association that
Mm-hmm.
made a post about it, about the superhero project looking for artists to volunteer and do posters for kids. I can't remember if it was women animation
Mm-hmm.
or somebody else. I can't remember. And I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna look into it. So I saw it and I started reading it. I'm like, this is really cool. Like, this is amazing. Like, it felt like I don't know. It just felt really good when I read it.
Yep.
So I sent an email to Lisa and I was like, you know what? I'm in. Like,
Yep.
what do you need? Um, and I remember she sent me the description for a little girl, and then her sister wanted one too. So I
Mm-hmm.
did the sisters. And it just felt like special. I'm dyslexic and I have ADHD. So growing up, like I think being able to not even like just have a poster made of myself, but like I think about like seeing other kids with like similar things could be like being dyslexic or having ADHD and stuff like that, being portrayed as superheroes and having all this like superpowers and being so cool. I think for me would have been like really special. So I was like, I can do this for a kid? Like, are you
Mm-hmm.
kidding me? Let's do it. Um, and then just like yeah, and just like I started getting more kids like with really complex like health issues and stuff, and it got really emotional. Like I
Mm-hmm.
can't tell you how many times I cried just
Sure.
reading their description. Like,
Yeah.
uh, so it felt special, and I just started, and then like I remember like they would have like, hey, they would email me like Lisa would email me like, hey, this artist job, can
Mm-hmm.
you do
Yeah.
it like in a week? And I was like, I got you. Like, let's do it. Unfortunately, I'm not in that position anymore. I have a
Sure.
little kid,
Yeah.
and he every time he sees me drawing, he wants to help me.
It's so sweet.
Unfortunately, he's not as helpful as he thinks he
It's so
is.
sweet though. It's so sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Um, but it just like, and it started a really nice relationship
Mm-hmm.
with Lisa, and like we
Mm-hmm.
started talking, and it just felt very special, and like just the whole superhero project became like so special to me. I'm a teacher, and I'm also a mentor for like super for women animation, and I always tell them like, hey, you have some time, you want
Yeah.
to do something amazing for a kid, like join them, do a poster. You don't have to do 20, just
No.
do one, like do something special for a little kid. And their family, because the families are always so grateful and it's just
Hmm.
so beautiful. It's like this whole thing that I just love, right? So I'm like, I try to invite them as well, just the same way like the universe put them in front of me. I'm like, hey, maybe I can just put them in
Yeah.
front of all this like younger artists to try out. So yeah, it was like yeah, it was super random.
Well, it's very sweet of you to continue to advocate. We absolutely appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um,
Always.
and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the poster for was Warrior Princess Jamie. Was that your first one, or was there another
No,
one?
I can't remember her name. It was a first. It was no, that one was like 15 or something like that.
Okay, sorry. I thought I had thought, my error. I had thought one of these was like one of your very first ones. I thought, but that's okay.
No, I just really like that one.
Yeah,
I sorry, but I really enjoy
yeah,
the horse, enjoying the
sure.
horse,
Yeah, I
enjoying
mean,
the
here,
horse.
look, see, the horse is back again, folks. It never quite goes away. And yeah, I switched it, so we are currently looking at the poster for Warrior Princess Jamie right now. Look at this.
That was I really enjoyed that one. She wanted everything. Like she was a full-on princess. Like every detail that you can think of. Like everything you see there, it
Yeah,
was like it was in her description, like all the hearts, the
yeah,
colors, like it was so specific. Like I was like, this is gonna take me like a month, but you got it. Like you want it, it's yours. So she was very specific, and I just loved all of her descriptions and her pictures and stuff like that.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, and like her family, they were just so grateful about her little portrait, and it was just fun. Like really liked her description. Unfortunately, I believe she passed away. I'm gonna cry. Huh? Uh, yeah, she was fun.
yeah. I mean, it's a phenomenal poster. I mean, all your art is incredible. As you mentioned, there's dozens and more that we're not looking at. So if you guys
Yeah.
want to see more of her posters, I mean, of actually of any of the posters, we do have a gallery on our website. You can go to shpkids.org, and we have them separated by year. So you can hit gallery at the top, and then you go year by year, and we have credit for all the artists as well. So if you wanted to just say, I just want to see all of Joss's posters, you could Control F and go in there and search if you like. And there's links for every artist that has provided us links to also go see more of their work on their websites and social media, which is also really important to us, is to make sure these artists are volunteering their time and their talent. We want to make sure we return that favor using our platform, which is also another reason why we've kind of started this series, is to shine a light on you guys and what you're doing, and the time you're taking to make these things happen is very special, and we really appreciate it and want to make sure that you get the credit that is due and owed. So I've got some more questions.
Okay.
Let's see here. So do you? I've asked this to our last guest, and I think it's a very helpful question. Do you have any advice for folks that are considering signing up to illustrate a poster? There tends to be kind of some hesitation, I think, with brand new artists. They feel a little intimidated. Do you have any advice for new artists who are just starting to illustrate their very first poster, or considering illustrating their very first poster?
First of all, do it. Do it. You're not gonna regret it. It's as a project, like if you want to see it as as an artistic project, it's a great project because you're getting very unique descriptions of characters, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a really good exercise to translate and find solutions to this character, right? So you have the reference, they're gonna give you the reference, you're gonna have a backstory, and then you're gonna have a description that's usually made by a kid, right? So to start, they're very different to what you usually get like in school or from clients and stuff like that. And finding those solutions are, I think they're just such a good exercise for any artist, especially if you're starting. It's gonna give you like so much confidence in your art making. Um, So if you're looking for a reason other than helping this amazing association and like this beautiful little kids, and also teenagers, because there's lots of teenagers and
Yep.
they're also like amazing.
Hmm.
Uh, do it. Like it's a really good exercise. I mean, you also get exposure. Like the posters are always posted online. They always give you credit for them. Some families also post them on their Instagram, and they might have a bigger
Yep.
platform. So like your work is getting out there. They're great portfolio pieces because you're going to be doing a lot of things. Like when it comes to portfolio, you have a piece. It's going to have a background. It's going to have a character, a very well developed character. They usually have a sidekick, so
Hmm.
you get to do a little extra. Like if you're good with animals,
Yep.
creatures, and stuff like that, like you get to shine that. Get to do costumes. You do get to
Hmm.
do color, and you also get to do text. So
Yeah. Yep.
if you're interested in like illustration and like design and stuff like that, they're really good portfolio pieces. So at the end, you're not like you're also getting something like you're getting this awesome artwork under your belt. So if you're looking for an excuse, this is your excuse. Just do it. It's good for you and it's good for the kids. And the other thing is like just like once you get like the a little email from the family or the kids saying thank you, like it just makes it worth it. Like
Yeah.
it's just so special. It can be like one line like, "Oh, we love it. Thank you so much."
Hmm.
And it's just that is really nice. I remember with Jamie, they emailed me back. She in her picture, she was missing one of her teeth. Like she had just lost one of her
Sure.
milk teeth,
Yep.
and I drew her without it, and I thought it was the cutest thing.
Yeah.
And she didn't like that. She was like, "No, I want all of my
Yeah.
teeth." And I was like, "You know what? Okay, we'll give you all of your
Yep.
teeth."
Oh yeah.
Uh, so even like stuff like they can have like they have opinions too, and
Hmm.
that's also kind of really good to work with, because you learn also to be flexible and to maybe draw color palettes or things that you usually wouldn't put together. Like I don't think I've ever drawn so many hearts as I did for Jamie. I usually don't draw hearts, but I was like,
Yep.
okay, you want hearts? Let's do it. All
Right.
the hearts in
Exactly.
the world.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and I mean the kids and the teenagers who are interviewed, they are very much part of the creative brainstorming process of
yes.
what they'd like to look like, how they envision themselves, and sometimes they want to appear exactly as they do, like in real life,
Yeah.
and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want,
Yeah.
something different, like a hair color change, or make me really tall, even though I'm not, but make me really tall.
Yeah.
And it is really interesting seeing and reading how they want to be portrayed. And then that is your mission. You got to make it happen.
And it's a lot of fun, and like I said, like the whole experience is a beautiful experience. And I think it's like it's great for the families, it's great for the kids, but it's also great for the artists. Like I think it's a win-win situation. So if you're hesitant, don't like just do it. Like there's no wrong answer when it comes to making posters for these kids, and seriously, like if there's somebody out there like a young artist and they're not sure how to tackle it, like look me up on Instagram, send me a message, we can talk about it and I can help a little bit. I don't mind helping, starting artists to do something like this and also get a nice portfolio piece, it's a good cause for everybody, so just do it.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you very much. Okay, we have some fun questions here as we kind of get to the last 10 minutes. Also, again, folks that are in chat, if you have any questions for me, questions about the superhero project, questions for Joss as our guest today, feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll answer whatever we're comfortable answering. Other than that, we've got some fun little rapid fire ones for you. So,
Okay.
I want to know if you were a superhero, what would be your superhero name?
My superhero name. Um, it would have to be something really silly. Um, my this is gonna sound really silly. One of my nieces, she's an adult now, but she
Mm-hmm.
used to call me Jessie Pooh, so probably that just because it's
Yeah,
adorable.
yeah, and it's already an established name.
Yeah, I'm already that. Or most of my nieces and nephews call me Aunt Jossie, so
Yeah,
I would probably just be like super Jossy or
Yep.
something like that. Definitely something that has to do with them because they were like
Mhm.
the first ones to see me like think that I was special or something.
Well, you are. You don't need to think. So that being your name, what is your superhero power?
Oh, my superhero
It can be
power.
whatever you want.
I can do whatever I want. I would definitely want the power to heal,
Okay.
like just heal people inside, outside, all that.
Mhm.
And so that one would be more for everybody, but I would love to fly. So that one
Okay.
would be for me.
Nice. That's awesome.
So being a little selfish, definitely flying
No,
would
it's
be
okay.
pretty cool.
But if you can
But
fly, you can help heal anyone at any point, because you can fly to them.
yeah, absolutely. So I think those would be like I would definitely fly and heal people. And animals too. I love animals.
So your ability to heal would also you could heal animals too.
Yes,
Okay, very
because
cool.
they deserve it too.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we've got your hero name or a couple names, couple options, and we've got your power. Uh, who, if you could have literally any artist alive, passed away, famous, industry that was responsible for illustrating your poster, who would you want to illustrate your poster?
Um, I would probably say Sheila Beckett. She's probably one of my favorite artists, and I know she would make it so whimsical and like beautiful.
She'd be very
So
special.
probably her. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, do we have any questions from the chat, everybody? We are wrapping up. We're at the last couple of minutes. Now's your chance. The hard hitting questions.
Anything.
Anything at all. Do you have while we're waiting to see if anything comes through for the chat? Do you have anything you'd like to share about stuff you're working on? Any personal projects or where people can find your art if they're interested in seeing your stuff anywhere and everywhere across the internet?
Yeah, so if you want to see more of my art, I have a website. It's Joss Tanus, my last name, art. So just Tanus art at just .com. I have most of my work there. You can see my illustration work. You can also see my costume design work. So I work mainly with theater. But you can also follow me on Instagram. Yeah, like you can see like smaller projects that I'm doing there.
Mm-hmm.
Silly things that I like to share, some of my opinions. I'm a very opinionated person.
That's okay.
But yeah, you can always follow me. And yeah, like I'm trying to work on new stuff. We'll see what happens. I recently got an agent, so we'll
Oh,
see what happens for
congratulations.
that too. So
Major leagues.
so it's like new things are happening.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so
Congrats.
let's see where that takes me. Like maybe like there's a new
Hmm.
stage in my life happening. Oh, we
Uh,
have a
we
question.
do. We do have a question from Luz. What are your favorite color palettes to draw on?
So I definitely tend to go more for, I like teals.
Yep.
I like teals, I like greens, I like blues and stuff like that. So I always tend to include them.
Okay.
Um, in a way, I am not too fond of yellow. So you notice that a lot of my
Mm.
artwork has very little yellow. I'm trying to be a little more tolerant when it comes to my color
More
selection and
bright.
include more of the yellows and
More
stuff like that.
tolerant to yellow.
But definitely when it comes to like color palettes, I tend to I usually choose three colors and work with
Hmm.
those three colors. So it's like either two cool colors and a warm color or two warm colors and a cool color. And you can even see it in the posters. Like you have that gold and you have the red
Yeah.
and then you have the blue. And here the same thing. Like you have the pinks, you have the reds, but you also have the blue. Like it has I tend to
Hmm.
do that a lot. For me it just works really nicely and then you get like a full spectrum without overwhelming, your audience. So
I love it.
yeah, I can talk about color all day.
Do you happen to take commission work? We have a question. If you take any requests, I know you're very busy. Do you entertain
Uh,
commission work?
I sometimes do. It really depends on the project and
Hmm.
if I have time.
Sure. Yeah. Of course.
But if that's something you're interested in, you can send me a message or an email and I can see what my availability is and if the project that you have is right for me and if not, I
Hmm.
can always recommend somebody that might be perfect for the project. But yeah, like I'm
Hmm.
always open to anything. So yeah, just email me or Instagram, whatever is easier for you. And we can talk about it. Yeah.
Nice. Bradley asks, how did you first cut your teeth in the world of illustration? Also, thank you for sharing your art and for doing such a wonderful thing for these kids.
Well, thank you, Bradley. Um, how did I start? Well, I did go to art school for illustration, so
Mm-hmm.
I started doing like illustration shows and like projects with friends and stuff like that. Um, so I think that's kind of how it started. It was like just through school, and then I moved to the US, and that was kind of harder because I lost like all of my connections and the people that I knew. So I kind of had to like
Start over.
start from the bottom and
Yeah.
like start meeting people and going to art shows and sending a bunch of emails and doing all that stuff that I don't enjoy doing.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Yep.
I like the drawing part. I like
The
talking to
creative
people
part.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely like when it comes to like the emails and stuff, I get a little bit overwhelmed. Um, so yeah, I think just talking to people and seeing if my work was something that they were interested in. Um, for example, when I started doing custom design, it was thanks to my husband. They needed a
Mm-hmm.
costume designer for a show that he was working on. He's like, "Do you want to do it?" I was like, "I've never done it." He's like, "Can be that hard." That hard. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" But I said yes, and I loved it. So I started doing that. It's very similar to illustration, where it comes to like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to do the character development, and then you have to dress this character.
Sure.
Um, so it was definitely thanks to him. But illustration has been a very slow
Mm-hmm.
process. Like I feel like I'm still working on that, like trying to achieve the goals that I really want in my illustration career. So I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm right there. I think I'm getting there. But I feel like every artist
Yeah.
is gonna tell you like they're not
No,
quite
it's
there.
remember, hey, Da Vinci never considered the Mona Lisa done. It's just
But
it's
yeah,
not done. He's been working on it forever.
and like yeah, you ask any artist, and even when they're like really good artists, they'll tell you like, oh well, I can't draw horses.
Yeah,
Like it's
hey,
stuff like that.
no shade. Some of us can't draw horses. That's how it is.
Yeah, and some of us can't draw weapons or monsters.
Yeah, that's
So
true. Yep.
it really depends how you see it. But I always feel like I'm just working towards
Yeah,
like a goal, and sometimes your goal changes, so you kind of have to
sure.
like start over.
Yep, that's very true.
Yeah,
Luz says, "You rock, Joss. Thank you for sharing yourself with us." Smiley face.
thank you,
Bradley
thank you.
says, "Awesome. Yeah, it's such an ongoing process and messy." Yep. Congrats on your career. Absolutely, congrats on your career. It's amazing with the news of the agent.
Thank
You're big time, big leagues, big leagues.
We'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what new projects come, and
Yep.
I want to keep doing posters for the
Yep.
superhero project. So
Well, thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. So that's our time. Is there anything you'd like to share or talk about or say before we wrap up?
Definitely support the superhero project. I'm talking here because I believe in what they do. I think what they do is beautiful. And you don't have to be an artist to support them. You can share what they do. You make a donation. You
Mm-hmm.
can, if you know an artist, you can share that. Even like if you know somebody that has a kid that would love this, that's what they're here for. So I think like if you want to share, it would be amazing. Like,
It helps.
yeah, like I think that's the message, and to all the artists out there, do it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like the descriptions are so much fun. Like it's a fun project to work on, and it's very fulfilling. Um, so yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. And
Thank you.
if you guys want to follow me and have questions,
Yep.
feel free to do that.
Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time and chatting with us, telling us a little bit more about you, looking through some of these awesome posters you've done. And as I said, this is only like 4 or 5. I mean, she's got a lot more that we have on the website, and of course, just a plethora of amazing art that you can find on her website. I put
Thank
that
you.
in the chat, and then also, can you tell us one more time what your Instagram handle is?
It's just Tannis art.
Okay.
So you can just I'm the only Josseline Tanus I think in the world, so
There you
it's
go.
not that hard to find
Congratulations.
me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, especially with the spelling.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's not,
you,
hey,
you can easily find me.
doesn't happen all the time. So
No, it's pretty rare.
that's great. Yeah, thank you again. Thank you everybody for watching live. For those of you that tuned in, we'll have another episode in 2 months from now, And also, thank you guys if you're listening on the replay. We appreciate it. This is up for a little bit of time on Facebook. They don't let us keep the replays past 30 days on Facebook, unfortunately, but it will live on our YouTube page. So if you happen to hear this and you want to share it with your friends, family, and you're like, I know it was on Facebook and it vanished, you might have to go to our YouTube page to see it. But it'll be there. It's not going anywhere. So thank you guys. Thank you again, Joss, for taking the time and speaking
Thanks for
with
having
us.
me, and thanks for everybody too that
Uh,
showed up. Thank you very much. I
yeah, thank you
appreciate it.
guys for being here in the live studio audience across the world. We really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Take care.